Hello everybody and welcome to Pravus Gaming. Let's try Startup Company, a business simulator where you start up a brand new web-based business and take over the industry. A big thank you to Hovguard Games for sponsoring this video. I really hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Now, before we continue, keep in mind this game is still in early access, so some features are subject to change. It's actually interesting going back a year ago when YouTube first started seeing some videos showcasing this game, and it's actually come a long way since then. Some features look very much the same, but actually play very differently, and you'll see that as we continue. So let's go ahead and start up a new game. I'm going to create a company called BetterTube. Why? Because it's just like YouTube, but it's better because it's not YouTube, which really is what everyone wants, but no one can find. We have to start by configuring our CEO. Of course, that is going to be me. We'll pick this character here. We do start with a bonus, either the manager, so our employees work faster, or the accountant, so we reduce company expenses. This is probably better in the very late game. In the early game, I have to think this is going to end up being better for us. Now, we have to create our first website. We can get into the social media industry, a shopping platform, a streaming service, or a video sharing service, and it does show you what kind of competitors you will have to play against. We will, of course, be choosing the video sharing service, and of course, I will be calling it BetterTube, and create the website. Now, we have to decide if we want to have an investor who is guiding us through and kind of bankrolling us for a lot of the game, but of course, they take a big share of the profits, or we can do bootstrapping, where we have no investor, we get a loan from the bank, and then start from scratch. Of course, we have to pay off a loan along the way, but we get all of the profits. This is probably a little bit too hard for me right now. This does kind of function as a tutorial, handholds you a little bit, and you don't get as much money, but you're not going to make a lot of money in the beginning of the game because startup companies usually are operating at a loss for a good long while, so having an investor makes a lot of sense. Now to get started, she's going to tell me to go and choose a building, namely the small building over here. It's the one that we can afford, basically. $10,000 upfront payment for the landlord, but then we have to pay a rent of $3,000 per month. You can imagine, as we move on to bigger buildings, it's going to cost a heck of a lot more. If we had started with the bank, maybe I'd be happy to go to a little basement hosting building, which is dirt cheap. Well, I say that it's dirt cheap. It actually appears to be very similar. Oh, I'll bet you this is for hosting a server. Well, I'm not worried about that right now. Let's go to the small building and rent this out. And of course, the investor's like, hey, you did the thing that I told you to do. Here's $45,000. And then I take the money and I run and the investor never hears from me again. No, that would be criminal. We're not going to do that. Okay, to get started, we need to get some desks, namely a desk that I am going to sit at, and I like to sit right here in the corner so I can oversee everybody. A nice, good vantage point where no one can sneak up on me. I'm very paranoid in that way. All right, there I am. I can only do one thing. The one thing that I'm able to do is headhunt. I'm going to have a lot of trophies by the end of this. We need to hire a developer to get started. Ultimately, at the beginning of the game, there is researcher, developer, and designer. We will unlock several new types as the game progresses, but for now, for developing our website, we need someone who actually knows how to code. So let's start headhunting for a beginner candidate. I actually cannot increase any of this for a while, because again, we're in investor mode, and they are hand-holding me. So I probably will not be able to access all the features of the game, but, you know, for now, we'll see how this works. Let's fast forward as much as we can, because, you know, I like being able to speed through time, and find some candidates and then offer them a salary. Now, to start off, I don't pay myself at all, and as far as I'm aware, I never pay myself, so I'm just working altruistically for this company that I've created. 82% speed is not that great, to be honest. I would much rather start with a better developer than this. Alfred Wade, you are a disappointment to me. What's this next person? There we go. Melvin Boyd seems a lot better. Okay, you're going to ask for a monthly salary. I will try offering you, let's say, $5,000 with a $2,000 signing bonus to try and tempt you. Good chance that he counteroffers, but if we can get it for cheap, I am A-okay with that. Let's send him an offer. Actually, he just straight out, but okay, he accepted. Maybe I overdid it. Maybe I overdid it, but I started him at $60,000 a year, which seems pretty reasonable to me for a coder, but maybe I could have gotten him for cheaper and I feel silly. I don't know. Let's get him a desk right up over here. There we go. And place Melvin Boyd right there. Perfect. Now, in order to continue, we are going to have to research some special code for him so that he actually is able to start his job. Best thing to do then is to go over here to production. We start off with 32 research points. We can get more by hiring researchers, but I don't need that at the moment. Let's go for the beginner dev kit. Unlocks all developer beginner components. These are several different components to a website in order to make it work. A better UI, some of the back-end components running things, network, database, encryption, file system component, and so on. We're going to need all of this stuff eventually, so let's go ahead and unlock this now. And that means Melvin Boyd can start working on developing one of these things. I will have him start working on, let's say, a UI component, a backend component, and a network component. And we're just going to keep doing that for a little while. Now, we also need to headhunt for a designer. So let's go ahead and start headhunting there. Maybe we find somebody really good. I don't know. Hey, what's this over here? Bagels, coffee, donuts, espresso, muffins, all sorts of good things I like. This is tremendous real estate. I'm glad we chose this location. I can get breakfast every morning. All right, 116 speed is pretty good. I don't feel like designers are going to be worth as much, so we're going to offer her a little bit less, and again, a signing bonus to try and tempt her to accept the lower salary. Let's send Addie Hudson an offer, and she... Wow! Ha 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 ha! I will offer you maybe this, but not a chance. Yeah, she says no. Okay, forget you. Forget you, Addie. I don't think you realize what you are worth in this market. Yeah, you're fast, but you're only in graphic design, okay? Maybe it's my bias as an engineer, but graphic designers are not worth more than programmers. Please don't hate me, graphic designers. I'm obviously just poking fun. We're going to start the time machine so that we can skip through the end of the day because, of course, as the day progresses, people want to eventually go home. Go figure. Why would anyone want to go home? This place is amazing as it is. Let's go to Christopher Arnold. I will offer you, let's say, $3,800 a month with a couple of thousand signing bonus. Please accept. Well, apparently he is going to be a little bit finicky. Tell you what, I will raise it up a little bit. Okay, he counter-offered with a bit less. This seems terrible, but I'll go ahead and accept him anyway. Yeah, we're paying him more than we are the programmer. Again, this just feels wrong to me. But all right, you get placed right over here in the corner. You belong in the corner. All right, we're going to place you there. And as a result, we get $5,000 from the investor because we have hired a designer and a developer. Let's go to research, and let's make sure we unlock the designer kit so he actually can start working. And assign him some jobs creating, let's say, some graphics, components, wireframe, blueprints, you know, things that actually help people figure out how to navigate my website, which we haven't even created yet. All right, we needed to research several different things, including the landing page. Now, so we had human resources to unlock different staff members. You can see there are quite a few later. Production, of course, unlocks different features for all of those staff members. Not worried about upgrading the office, though eventually we can have benefit packages for our employees. Mostly we are worried about features. We want to actually have some sort of a website feature that people can use. Otherwise, what's the point of going to BetterTube if it doesn't actually have any video functionality? Well, it won't to start. For now, we just need a landing page. Someplace that people can go to when they try and type in bettertube.com, and then boom, they land here. There's nothing to see after they get there, but hey, it's a feature. Now, we're going to go to the BetterTube website right here. Click on this. And right now we have no users, none whatsoever, but we can go to the Features tab and add in a feature, namely the landing page, which is not very popular, but you can imagine it's a little important, so we're going to pop that in right there. Now to start off, people are not feeling especially good about this page. It's very, very undeveloped. In order to make it better, we would need to upgrade it. To do that, we need components. We need UI components and backend components. Also, we need our graphic designer to make some blueprints and some graphics. So as they work on all of this stuff, we will be able to upgrade our landing page, look a lot more spiffy, and people will feel like, hey, this is actually a website worth checking out. Oh, it doesn't have any video content. Well, just you wait. Henry Higgins, just you wait. We will get one. Let's start headhunting for a researcher, because right now I am out of research points, and I know that I am ultimately going to need more than this. We can actually go ahead and place down a desk, how about right here in this corner for a researcher eventually. And let's see if we can hire somebody. Vera Doyle, you're okay. I will start you at $3,800 and a small signing bonus. And she wants a slightly better counteroffer. I can undercut her a little bit. Let's try this. And she does accept at a slightly lower salary, which means I save some money. Excellent. So she just sits here, and then she's just going to make research points. That's it. We don't have to tell her what to research. Just research something, and I will be happy. All right, let's go back to headhunting. I'm going to headhunt for some more developers, probably, because ultimately we're going to need at least a couple of these in order to build up our website anytime fast. All right, let's see. So you're already making the network components and other things. guess we'll go ahead and keep making UI and backend. Both of these are the most important in the beginning of the game, just to get a better landing page. You can level up your different pages more than once, so you kind of have an idea of what components you want to be designing. For example, I want to make sure we get a lot more graphics and blueprints. But if we go here now, to BetterTube, we can spend a component each to upgrade to level 1. Boom. And now people feel a lot better. It's like, hey, this is actually a professional-looking website. Doesn't look like a 10-year-old made it. This actually has some potential someday in the future. So right now, there's a single person online. It's probably my mother, but that's okay. Of course, if you want someone other than immediate family members to join our website, then we need to go ahead and market. The best thing to do, of course, is spam people's email accounts, because y'all know people love that. They absolutely adore having spam sent to their email. So, we are going to promote the landing page for BetterTube. We don't have to select any particular gender, just anybody. I really have no particular benefit for trying to attract men over women or anything like that. It doesn't require any requirements, but we can reach about 2 million people. Now, it does cost $4 per 1,000 views or people reached in order to actually, pay for the marketing campaign. So let's go ahead and create the campaign. Now, off the bat, we could increase the budget, so spend up to $4,000 per day. Realistically, I can't say that I feel that concerned about increasing this. We'll kind of gather some people up as things are. Right now, I would rather spend some time just getting the components I need to keep upgrading my website. Make this, if we're going to have people directing to this landing page, it's got to be a dang good landing page. You know what I mean? I do want to try hiring some more developers, though. I think I can try for someone like Alvin. Send him maybe a $52,000 monthly salary offer, and he counters with a little bit higher. Well, I can go to this. Will you accept? Okay, he accepts $6,100 per month. Hey, every little few $100 that I save per month will add up over the course of the lifetime of this employee. Absolutely worth the haggling. Let's go ahead and place you right here. Do that like so, and I'm going to have you also creating more components. A little bit of extra network capability and so on. Eventually, we will need everything else. But for now, this should do the job. Can you please stop talking to me because you're kind of annoying me? We have a researcher, which means we can go to the Features tab and unlock the video functionality, which is kind of the entire point of our website. So let's go ahead and pick this thing up, go to BetterTube, and add in a feature for video functionality, which is surprisingly not very popular at all, even though that is literally the entire point of the website. Add this in. And just as before, we will need to upgrade this because right now our video functionality is just terrible. But in order to get video functionality upgraded, we need some special modules, not components, but modules. The only way to get those is to hire some special, what are they called? Lead developers. Yes, that's the thing that we are looking for. But in order to get lead developers, I'm going to need to unlock that from the research tab. 30 RP is what I need. Of course, I could hire another researcher right now, but we also could really use some time to build up a few extra components and upgrade my landing page. So let's just go ahead and build up a buffer and then jump forward. This is where the grinding part of the game comes in, because just like a real startup company, it takes some time to kind of get some traction and actually get all the groundwork laid out for a successful business. In this case, it just requires micromanaging my employees to actually create all the components I need and then just kind of sit back and wait for a while. Now, since it's going to take me a bit of time, one thing I will do is while Alvin is building up the components that we need to maintain the website, I'm going to have Melvin actually start training. And what this is going to do is, over the course of the day, start gradually increasing his speed, which will end up being very important for me because the faster people work, the better, just straight up. He'll keep training until I tell him to stop, and he can get up to 194% speed. Once he gets up to his maximum, we could actually upgrade him to an intermediate employee, which I have not done before in my test games, but I just have to think that speed is only going to end up being good for me. We do now have the 30 research points that I need, so let's go to the research tab and go unlock the lead developer. Now, we'll probably need a couple of these guys ultimately, but these guys merge the components together into modules, so let's research that, and I have been training myself for a while, so I'm just better at headhunting, since once I have my staff, I don't really seem to gain a lot from just continuing to headhunt. But let's go ahead and stop my training, go to lead designer, of course, the beginning level, and start headhunting with him. Now, what are we gonna get? Some really good lead developer. You'd think they'd be just like developers, but better, but no. All they do is combine things together. 134% is really quite good. I'm gonna offer you a nice, solid monthly salary with some small signing bonus, and see if we can get you to join. He totally accepted. Well, maybe I could have just undercut him a bit more and I didn't even know. But that's okay. I'm going to place him right next to me, honestly, because I want to keep an eye on this guy. He's a leader? Fine. I'm also a leader. We can reminisce together or something about how incredibly slow the regular developers are. I don't know. All right, we need to go to production and unlock the beginner lead developer kit, which requires research points of 15, which unfortunately means this guy can't do anything until we have researched that, but what I can do is just increase his speed, because we are going to need a lot of stuff from our lead developers, so the faster they are, the better. In fact, I might even want to hire somebody else. These are all pretty terrible, though, I'm not going to lie. I like to start with closer to 100% at the very least, and I'll spend some time training you eventually, but geez. Okay, Derek is looking a little bit better. Let's offer him a pretty good starting salary of, let's just try about $4,900 with a couple $1,000 signing bonus and see if he accepts. He wants a bit more. Well, I can offer you, let's say, $5,300. How do you like that? Okay, how about, if we're going to play hardball, let's do $5,400. Although I should take away your signing bonus just because you gave me a hassle, but that's fine. Okay, so we are going to need 2 of these guys eventually. I just know that for a solid fact because, well, they take a while. It takes a while to get all the components that you are going to need. Let's continue with the graphic design for a little bit. I have upgraded our landing page a bit. We can get it all the way up to level 10, and that is the maximum level, at least for the time being. Now, one thing to keep in mind, the better your web page is, the more it's going to require your server memory space, I guess, CU in this case. Now, the landing page doesn't take a whole lot. Eventually, with video functionality, that's going to take up a lot of server space. We will eventually have to come back and improve that, but for now, let's just stick with what we've been doing. I like, by the way, that these guys' hands stop typing when you hover over them. It's like, oh crap, the boss is looking, close down YouTube! Because we're working at BetterTube, I can't be using the competitor. Also, I don't want to appear like I'm slacking off. It's like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, nothing, sir. Alright, you keep on. Ah, psych! Okay, you keep that tab closed. Well, either way, I think we have enough research points now, so let's go to production and unlock the beginner lead development kit, like so. There we go. And now we need to go to our different developers here. We're going to stop the training, because you're already looking pretty good, and start making modules. Now, interface modules require blueprint, wireframe, and graphics from our graphic designer. So it takes a lot of his work, but at the same time, it also takes 5.4 hours to develop one of these. Then we combine this with one of the UI components to get a front-end module, which, well, also takes a very long time to develop. In order to do our video sharing, we are going to need to get the storage modules, which require file system components, as well as back-end components. So we need a lot of art, some UI, file system, and back-end components. Those are the things that we need to fully upgrade our video sharing service. Now, since I don't have anything as far as file system, I'm going to let this guy keep training to get a little bit faster. Let's go to Melvin and actually start making some of those. Now, Alvin's actually completely done training. You are maxed out. Now, do we want to upgrade him? No, I do not want to upgrade you. I'm going to keep you a beginner. Let's just go ahead and start making all the components I know I need. And look at him go! He's blazing fast now. Blazing! Okay, we should have some front system components now, so stop your training and let's start making those storage modules I was talking about. You're going fairly fast. Like, your speed has definitely increased quite a bit, and I don't have to pay you any extra for that. We just lost a couple of days while I did the research. Seems like the best strategy to me. We will need a few of these. Let's see. If we go to features here, we can see that we are going to need one of each to upgrade the level of my video functionality, plus a few network components. So ultimately, I need 10 network components and then 10 of each of these to max out my video functionality. Now, you may notice, by the way, that your employees have a little morale indicator right here. For example, Melvin's down to 62% morale. He's not feeling especially good. We could send him home for either a day or 3 days, and that would improve his morale quite a bit. Other fun features are some demands from our employees, things that they want that would make them a lot happier. For example, Melvin would like a 7-hour workday, which just seems ludicrous to me. 7-hour workday. Where do you think we are? Silicon Valley? Small retirement plan, plant in a vase. I mean, of all the demands you have, I feel like a plant in a vase is a pretty achievable request. So let's go ahead and place one right there. Oh, look, you got yourself your little plant. How you feel? A little bit better. Well, that's excellent for you. Let's go ahead and finally upgrade my video functionality. Now, unfortunately, we have reached a size for my my website where the demands are fairly high. So even at level 3, people are not feeling very satisfied. We have 5,300 current registered users. they're like, there's just not enough stuff here. It's just not good enough for something of this size. Well, I'll take care of you, don't you worry. Now, keep in mind, my company is making no money right now. We have no ads, we have no nothing. And my website has taken almost a month to develop, and we still only have like 5,000 people, only like 30 at a time ever using the website. So we're definitely operating at a loss, and this is where the investor comes in handy. One thing I know we will need eventually, though, is going to be another researcher, because there's going to be a lot of research needed. So we are going to go ahead and start doing some headhunting for another researcher. And the good news is, I am currently very talented at this job, being very, very fast, because I really had nothing else better to do with my time. We could upgrade myself to intermediate. It doesn't cost me anything extra to do that, so I guess I might as well just make myself an intermediate CEO. Be even better at my current job. I never get unhappy. I never request a raise. I'm the perfect employee of myself. I mean, really. All right, let's see if we can offer you a salary of like $3,800 or something like that. How do you like that? Oh, okay, that's a lot. No, just forget that. Forget that. How about you? How about $4,700 a month? You feel better about that? He accepts. Okay, perfect. Stop the headhunting, resume the training, become an even better CEO. Add you over here, and he will be contributing to the research. Now, we could be training these guys to get even better, and that's certainly not a bad idea. But for now, let's just continue with what we've been doing. Okay, so our next goal is to reach 20,000 registered users, and currently we're only at 5,000, so that is going to take a while. We want to make sure we set up a new email marketing campaign. I'm going to try to land at the video functionality, which may not be super popular yet, but it's going to draw a lot more attention than just a landing page. At least I hope it will. So let's start up a campaign and increase the budget to, I don't know, let's say $3,000 per month. That seems fine. Okay. And then let's go to the features and upgrade this as much as we can. And hey, look, it's at pretty good functionality. People are feeling a lot more optimistic about this, which means my marketing campaign should be a resounding success. So we've only reached a couple percentage points of our possible audience. So it's gonna be a little while. But as we reach people, we should... Oh, there we go. There we go. We should start seeing a huge spike in registered users. Beautiful. Of course, this is starting to put a pretty big strain on my server, so we do have to be mindful of that. So what we could do then is go to our features, and we could spend some components to increase the efficiency of various different pages. The video functionality, of course, is probably the big one right now. We can go ahead and get you up to level 10, so that's maxed out now. Yeah, if I keep developing these components for a little bit, we should be able to increase the efficiency, which is going to make my server a bit more functional. Because right now, I don't think we can afford a better server. Then again, I have never tried. Maybe we can have a better server. Well, there we go. 20,000 registered users, more money comes in for me. Again, I don't even have to build a proper business. I just have to keep raking in money from the investor. So many users. Okay, they're starting to bet on my success. They're very impressed at me, as well you should be. Now we need to have better servers. So this is where we have to hire a system administrator who is going to manage things, then add in a mini cloud server. We have now reached the point where I am beyond my playtesting. So let's see. We need to go to research, and I assume I can unlock the system admin, so let's do that now. There we go. Let's headhunt our way to victory. I need a system administrator. I can't actually go to intermediate, interestingly enough, but I think I'll start with just beginner and see if we can find somebody relatively affordable. You're pretty fast. Okay. Now, IT tends to be a little expensive. Let's try 4,800 and see what a good salary looks like for you. That's actually not unreasonable. I will offer you 5,300. And he will accept that, of course. Okay. So, let's pause. Put in another desk. I will have the IT guy sit next to me, because I am the kind of CEO who sits amongst the employees, okay? I am not above everyone, though I kind of am, but they don't need to know that. Let's go to the research, to production, unlock the beginner system administrator kit, like so, and now we can get virtual hardware, an operating system, and a firewall generated by our system administrator. So now that we have a system administrator, we need the mini cloud server, which means we go to the website. Oh, wow, yeah, the server usage is struggling a little bit. Okay, so let's go to the hosting. Now, to do this, we need 2 firewalls, 2 operating systems, and 2 virtual hardware to add in an extra instance of a FastCloud's mini cloud server, which greatly increases our capacity, but does cost me an extra $40 per day just to maintain the website. Okay, there we go. Let's go to the hosting and add in an extra instance. Ba-boom. Okay. Server's still struggling a little bit, so we'll need to keep doing this for a while, but at least people are better able to access the functionality of my website. We also could consider going to the research and adding in an extra functionality. Let's see. She is suggesting we go for text ads to start making some money. Oh, yes, finally. I would indeed like to start making some money. So let's see. That'll be under, is it features? Yes, text ads. For that, we are going to need 90 research points. I'm surprised we're jumping straight from payment systems, skipping this entirely. Shopping with credit cards on a video sharing service? I guess we don't want to do that. All right, text ads it's going to be. Then we have to hire a sales executive and negotiate an ad contract to start making some serious money. Oh, that's interesting. BetterTube is apparently going viral. Can't say I really know what I've done to just justify something like that. I mean, yeah, I've got a couple hundred people on here at any given time, and I've got over 100,000 registered users, but to me, that personally doesn't seem like viral status. But what do I know? I've never gone viral. Of course, if I really am going viral, then we need to capitalize on this as soon as we can. But fortunately, we have enough research points to actually hire these sales executives. So let's go ahead and unlock that. And of course, with my tremendous headhunting skills, we are going to find one of them. Sales executive. Start headhunting. Find me someone good. I need to make some proper money. 102%. Acceptable. How about $4,800? You want a lot more than... I'll tell you, I'll give you 5,400. Okay, close. 5,600? There we go, you accept. Welcome to the team, Edna. You're going to sit over here next to the designer. Get to work. All right. So, this employee is going to start finding contracts for me so we can actually get some ad revenue up and a running. Let's go to my website, add in the feature text ads. Now, it does annoy people a little bit, but not an outrageous amount, so let's add in the feature. Now, how does this work with configuration? Text ads split across the day. We have to have a sales executive find me a contract first, so she is currently searching for something. I guess we'll find out what happens when she is successful. In the meantime, let's just go ahead and keep getting random components, things that I might need in order to improve my website eventually. Pop over to this, I guess. Keep upgrading my server bank. You are idling. Why don't we get some more front-end modules? Those tend to be somewhat important. And we are ready to go as soon as I'm able to start upgrading something. So any day now, please. Come on, Edna Mac. There we go. NetTix wants to have a deal with me. All right, let's negotiate. So the website will be better too. We'll do some text ads for pretty much the entire day. Guaranteed impressions. I can guarantee... I mean, yeah, I guess I can guarantee 370,000 impressions, can't I? I'd like to have as long of a contract as possible, though, for as much money as possible. So I will lock myself into a 10-day contract. Presumably, if I do not get the guaranteed impressions, then I'm going to lose some money. But I accept this contract. There we go. Negotiate one ad space deal. So, now I should be able to go to the website and go to features and configure you. You're already using up the contract, so that works. Everything else here seems more or less okay. All right. So in theory, then, we're going to start making some serious moolah. So how's this working out for us? Well, pretty darn well, it looks like. So for 10 days, we have to make a minimum of 300 and some thousand impressions. First day went pretty well, so as long as we keep that up every day, we are going to get a really nice payout. Also, eBay, apparently, would really like to get some video content with us. Video ads apparently pay a lot better than text ads. Well, that does make a certain level of sense, now don't it? We could also consider adding in some extra features to our website, such as sharing functionality, commenting functionality, and so on. And I can imagine that a lot of people would like to see something like that happen. My question is, can we get any extra features on here? And it appears the answer to that is no. So do I have to get rid of a feature? How do I get extra features? This? Max feature level, yes. Aha, we have to get to the Qt Framework 2.0 if we want to have extra features. That strikes me as kind of important. How much research is that going to cost me? I'm guessing a lot. 200 for just 1.0. If we want to go to 2.0, 500. Oh, yes, this is going to take a while, isn't it? Now, our investor lady is recommending that I get a bigger office, so we could actually leave the small building and try going somewhere else. A medium hosting building? That doesn't sound like what I want. I think I want a regular medium building. Now, that's going to cost me a lot of money to go here, and it costs me a lot in rent, but it does give me a lot of extra space to work with, so you know what? All right, let's go ahead and upgrade and rearrange a little bit. There we go. It's a little bit more spacious. Apparently, people really like being spaced apart, and also I get the furniture because I'm the CEO, and that's just how it works. All right. For the next milestone, we want you to keep working on the website, upgrade features, run marketing campaigns, hire new employees, and so on. So I guess at this point, we've left the tutorial, which is great. Reach the targeted valuation, 200,000. Oh, I've well surpassed that, right? Unless you mean 100,000, but I don't think so. Yeah, there we go. Milestone complete. Thank you for the free money. Okay, apparently I'm doing really well. Another well-executed milestone. Hire a marketer. Well, that is something that I would like to do. Okay, let's go to the research and see what is involved in getting a marketer. 150. We may need to get some extra research people on staff because this is taking a little too long. Let's see. There are some very good researchers available to me. I'm guessing you want a very high salary, though, don't you? And I say high. That's probably not nearly high enough, but let's try. She wants more like, oh, yeah, closer to like 10,000 or something. How about this? Oh, she accepts that one. Okay, you're accepting well below your asking price. I just swindled you out of like an extra $12,000 a year. But guess what? You get a head up the department. Have fun. I suppose we could delay our expansion and actually start upgrading the office a little bit. Make people a little happier, you know? Like, for example, people have been real troopers so far, and they've gone through this entire experience with me with no coffee. How you have survived, I don't know, you poor plebs. So let's place down a coffee machine. That should make people a heck of a lot happier, right? I would think so. Also, maybe a couch over here so that people can kind of rest up a little bit. And also a bookshelf, because I encourage people to be actively reading and developing themselves. Time for some upgrades. Everyone gets intermediate desks. I can't say that I really know what the intermediate desks do to make it worth my investment, but it does tend to make them a little bit happier. Also, Adeline really wants a lot of stuff. Expert desk, fire Edna Mac. You want me to fire Edna? Oh, come on. Why are you bringing some office drama in here? Come the heck on. We like Edna. Edna gets me money. What do? You don't make me money. Now, I know what the game wants me to do is upgrade to the Qt Framework 1.0, which does cost a lot of money in a license, and it costs me some money per user, so this will add up pretty quickly. But the idea being that we get a lot of extra feature levels, so, in theory, we should have a much better website generating a lot more traffic. So we're going to go ahead and unlock this. As much as I would love to just jump to getting some extra features, we will play with this instead. You have finished training? Excellent. Why don't you continue with these modules or something? So now, we should be able to go to our features and upgrade to the Framework 1.0 like so. Yes, it costs me some money, but we also get a lot from the investor, which is nice. We also got a feature max level of 20. Well, considering this jumped directly to a feature max level of 40, I don't think there was any way around that, but okay. So you're telling me I should be able to upgrade my video functionality quite a bit, and we will do exactly that. Let's get up to at least level 15 for now. So that should make people a heck of a lot happier. And we can also upgrade my landing page, because apparently this is a little bit, well, scrubbish. So let's get up to level 20 with that. Okay. So we should see... Oh my gosh! No, wait, okay, I was looking at the scale wrong. I was going to say, did it seriously just jump up like triple? But no, the scale's a little misleading. We just gained a little bit. But this should go up over time now. Wonderful. And we'll continue doing the email campaigns because people love those. Now, the investor is telling me that we should actually look at getting our own network server here. So we can go to the city map and find a building suitable. Well, obviously this is where you're supposed to be able to go, but it costs a lot of money. I think I'd rather go to a very small basement hosting building, and we'll rent it here. Now, the initial temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. I'm willing to bet that we are going to have to cool it down quite a bit, but welcome to a brand new hosting facility where we buy and set up our own servers instead of renting expensive cloud servers. Okay, I'm hoping this is going to end up being a lot cheaper. I've never seen this aspect of the game. Start by buying and placing a rack. This is where we're going to place our servers. I do know a little bit about how these work. So, unassigned controller, no. Wait, where's the... Okay, maybe we have to go here. Do I have to research the racks? Have not done this yet. Hosting. Ah, there it is. Basic hosting equipment. Okay, unlocked. So, a basic industry fan and a small rack. We will place the rack over... I guess here in the middle for now. It has no units using up the rack right now. I use stuff like this all the dang time. I know exactly what this is. Okay, we need to install a web server, a database server, and a cache server. Do I need to unlock those? Yes. I like that my CEO is maxed level, like really good CEO, and has nothing to do with his time with but headhunt. Like, really, there's nothing else pressing in this company. Nothing else that you're worried about managing. You don't want to help in any other productive way. You just want to sit there looking through potential hires that you have no intention of hiring. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I got access to my server pack, so now we should be able to put in a web server, a cache server, and a database server. I assume I go here. Hey, look, standard rack units. Okay, so we are going to add on a device. Wow, they're a little expensive, but okay. Web server, yes. Cache server, yes. Database server, done. All right, so we have one of each of these, and that's it. What does this do for me exactly? Click your new rack and install the stuff. Make sure all servers are configured by clicking the server and clicking the configure button. Oh, for that I need to have a bunch of stuff. Okay, virtual hardware and operating systems. So if I'm not wrong, I should be able to hit the configure button here. And now it is set up and we get $100,000. Seriously, these investors have been way too kind. Okay, so it consumes a bit of power, which I'm assuming costs me money. But outside of that, total web server throughput 200, 300, 500. Okay, so if I go to my hosting here, total CU appears to be about 2,800. So in theory, I actually could start removing some of my FastCloud's mini-cloud servers, and that should save me some money ultimately. So let's go ahead and remove a couple of instances. I don't see any evidence that it gives these back, so once they're spent, they're gone. But we can save myself a little bit of money per day. Well, I say things like that, and then we start to run into things like this. So maybe we're kind of hitting our peak. I don't know. But in theory, that's how it's supposed to work. Wait, I called in sick? Oh gosh, I hope I'm okay. Apparently I'm coming down with something. I might not live past this video. Okay, I allowed our contract to expire because we've reached a point where I'm making so many extra views than my contract required that I think we actually could start picking up some other people. Now, $4 at 820,000. I don't know if I can make 820,000, but I can make something pretty consistently. Say at least 740,000 pretty often, and increase this up to, say, at least a 5-day contract, and we can just keep auto-renewing, and that should be fine. Now, there does come points when we could be negotiating with other businesses, but at this stage of the game, I don't think we really need to worry about that. We could negotiate with you. Okay, hang on. So I don't want to be cheap. I want to demand extra money. There's a thought. They offered 378. I'm not really okay with that. I would like to have you know what? 450. Send that offer. They offered 4. I offer 440. Oh, wait. It's the end of the day. I'll have to wait until they come back in the office tomorrow. There we go. Send it again. 410. How about 420 and I'll meet you there? Okay, they accept that. So we actually negotiated a slightly better rate, which I like. And we have to give them about 740,000 impressions every gosh dang day. Which seems completely fine so long as we are running the ads 24/7, which as of right now, that is exactly what we are doing. Let's see. Could I change that in the future? Sure, we could have different contracts all running at the same time with different time slots. But with this many impressions kind of already maxing me out for a pretty good price, I think this is going to work just fine. Here's something new. To the CEO of BetterTube, that's me. We at JH Capital have been following your success for quite some time. We are very impressed with your progress, and we want to be a part of it. We'd like to offer you $77,975 for 5% of BetterTube to allow you to progress even further. We have sent the offer digitally via Venture Capital, so that's a new thing we could look at. Don't think it's under there. Is it over here? Yes, Venture Capital. There we go. So Johnson Investment currently owns 40% of my company. And apparently we could sell off another 5% to another person. So that's how much money we would get per percent of the company. Now keep in mind, my valuation is over $1.68 million. So I don't feel like that's necessarily a good investment opportunity for me. And I don't need the cash right now. In fact, if anything, we're actually turning a pretty nice positive every month. So no, I don't really need the cash. I think we could get a better offer. But still, it's kind of cool that that is a feature in the game. Honestly, this game starts off a little bit slow, but as it progresses, it does start to feel increasingly satisfying. Getting more and more staff members, upgrading each of them, producing more and more stuff, watching your website continually grow in popularity. That's all pretty cool, and I like that there are other features like hosting computer servers and so on in order to make this even more in-depth. Yeah, this is actually kind of cool there. And we are, of course, turning a profit, which means, as far as I'm concerned, we are doing A-okay. But I think that is all we are going to cover in this particular Let's Try video. Before we end things, let's go ahead and be nice to my employees. We are going to open up some benefit packages. Let's do a extended retirement plan and so on. There's a few things we can do for these guys. So let's go to employees. No, that's not what I wanted to do. No, that's not what I wanted to do either. Finance? No, wait. How do I give you benefits? I want to give you... There it is. Under company profile. Okay. It's going to cost me some money per month. Whoa, the small retirement plan we can't do. Extended retirement plan is expensive. But okay, I think I would like to just go ahead and offer some health care for everybody. And maybe I could give them paid transportation and stuff, but... Now, you know, we'll just stick with the free healthcare. That'll cost me a lot of my profit per month, but it's going to make everyone feel a whole lot more satisfied here, and it probably would allow me to get better employees in the future. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and end things here. So thank you all very much for watching, and again, thank you to the developers for sponsoring this video. Of course, there will be a link in the description down below. You can pick it up on Steam for $10. Remember, the game is still in early access and will continue to be developed. Thank you all for watching. I do hope you found this video informative. If so, then I ask that you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.